It's finally here. Day one of the NBA playoffs, first round matchup, Miami Heat versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Super, super excited and ecstatic to finally start the playoffs. Oh man, I still cannot believe last night. Sorry, I had to answer my wife there real quick. I still am not over what happened last night with the Grizzlies. Sorry if you can hear my son crying in the background. He's being very stubborn about taking a second nap. Get some water. I'm ready to go here, y'all. I got my kind of no brand whatever cup. Some nice ice water in there. And of course, we got the big Monkey Knife Fight sponsorship. I'm actually going to make that a little bit bigger there. There we go. Of course, we are presented by Monkey Knife Fight. If you go to monkeyknifefight.com, use our promo code VENDETTA, and then you will receive a 100% deposit match up to $100 on your first deposit. monkeyknifefight.com, promo code VENDETTA. Trying to get this... trying to get my setup all situated over here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to hit. Come on. Get you down here. You right there. There we go. That's a bit more like it. So I think probably after this commercial break, the game will start. I'm still high off of last night, man. That was awesome. Still rocking Memphis today. This is the soccer club 901 FC. It's their breast cancer awareness month shirt. So always rocking Memphis. And I'm gonna change the winter is coming flag for something else back there. I don't quite know yet. I got some ideas for that back there, but that was back there when Game of Thrones was still going on and when there was hope that the series would be something. But then anybody that knows how Game of Thrones ended knows how Game of Thrones ended. So there's that. Got some nice chill vibes going on in the background again, of course. Got some stuff on Twitter happening right now. Go follow us on Twitter, by the way. If you're new around here, I got our Twitter up right here. Refresh it. Media_Vendetta. As you can see, got a bunch of stuff coming out today. Got a lot of new writers that are really hitting it out of the park. Then of course, if you want to follow me, I got this as my as my banner pick now. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. You can follow me, JLon1995. My voice is kind of shot from last night. Lots of talking, lots of getting amped up. Oh boy. Bucks and Heat. Now, Alex and I recently did an NBA short on this, and we both have the Heat winning in 7. That's what we think is going to happen. It's hard to trust the Bucks. Let's go look at the Bucks real quick. We can go dissect the Bucks before the game starts. Thank you. High quality H2O. So let's take a look at the Bucks here. Oh, over here. We can go to, first off, points per game. First, they have a high octane offense, but they allow a lot of points also. They're in the bottom half in defense, which is always worrying. And I mean, they're always a regular season team. The Bucks are always a regular season team. Like, how many times have brackets been busted and analysts been burnt because they buy into what the Bucks did in the regular season, and the postseason rolls around and they don't know what happens? Giannis himself even said this past week, a lot of people, he's catching a lot of heat, no pun intended here, about talking about like how good of a chance Butler and this Heat team have to knock them off in the playoffs. And that's exactly what I think, and I think a lot of us at Vendetta, and I feel like a lot of people just in general think is going to happen. Giannis is a great player. He still doesn't really have a respectable three-point shot. What does he shoot? Yeah, I see 30% from the field. Like, 15 years ago, that would have been awesome. 15, 20 years ago, from a guy Giannis' size, would honestly have been unheard of. But it's 2021. The game has changed. So he needs to, if he could get it up just a little bit more to where it's respectable. But even then, Ja doesn't really have a respectable jump shot, and he's been going ham. Sorry, I'm reading some stuff that's going on in Slack right now. Okay, just stuff going on in the Slack. I'm just trying to look at this list, this roster. Bobby Portis, my boy. It's my man right there. Woo pig, baby. Should be an interesting game. I'm excited to actually get into the game and watch it. Because this is one of the best times of the year, man. It's playoff basketball. It's a lot of fun. And we can actually go. I'll bring up another. Open this up in a new link. Ah, wait! I accidentally clicked baseball. I wanted NBA scores. We could check what's going on around other sports too. As the game goes on, if we got some slow times. But so the game after this, we got Mavericks and Clips. Now I will have to step away for a while, so I can maybe do a little bit of the Mavs Clips game. Don't know if I'll make it to the Celtics and Nets game, but I definitely want to watch the Blazers and Nuggets. I want to see Jokic. I want to see Jokic try and cook, solidify his MVP candidacy, even though they shouldn't take into consideration the postseason. But some people think that way. I've seen some takes about that. Jokic is the MVP though, even though my boy Ja is sitting up there saying Curry's the MVP. Something about giving the MVP to a team that missed the playoffs. I just can't force myself to do that like I give out the awards. So it should be like I keep saying, should be a fun game. Just showing highlights, showing the vids. I saw a promo video last night for the playoffs, and this was after the game. This was still airing on ESPN because I was watching the post-game stuff, because as much as I don't have too much respect for a lot of the mainstream sports media, because sometimes I feel like they just say stuff to say stuff. They either don't mean their takes, or they're just saying takes to get views or whatnot. But it's always fun to hear them talk about Memphis on ESPN in a positive light. And I'm sure if it sucks that it happened on a Saturday or a Friday going into Saturday. Because Kendrick Nunn getting the start. Trevor Ariza still in the league. I forgot Trevor Ariza was with the Heat. Man. Wow. DiVincenzo, Middleton, Lopez still starting. That's... wow. Listen. Last night we had a great alternate jersey in the Oakland jerseys with Golden State. I do not like these mustard and black jerseys of the Heat. I just don't vibe with them, man. Not vibing with them at all. Robinson, early 3. I wish Memphis had a Duncan Robinson type player, which that's what everyone is kind of wanting Grayson Allen to morph into. Of course, I love Bam Adebayo too. I may have to get a Bam jersey. Like I love Bam so much that I may have to get a jersey of that man. And of course, I love Jimmy Butler too. I've been a fan of Jimmy Butler since back. Oh, that was a terrible shot by Bam. Here I am praising him, and he just lets me down big time. I've been a Jimmy Butler guy ever since back when he was with Chicago. I love the defense that he plays. I love his defensive mentality. I love players like that. Yeah, Adebayo jersey would be sweet. I'd have to think of what I'd get it in though. I don't know. Maybe my picks for today. First, let me go with the Adebayo jersey thing. I don't know if I was to get an Adebayo jersey, I'd want to do it in the Vice jerseys maybe, but not like this year's Vice where it's like the color fade transition. I'd want it in like, last year's or the year before's Adebayo jersey. And my picks today, I'll go down the list. You see, I don't know about picks today necessarily per se, because in the series, I think the Heat pulled this out. I think the Heat pull out the series. I think the Clips, the Heat in 7. I've got the Clips in, I can't remember if I said 5 or 6. I can't remember. I've got Nets in 5, and then the Nuggets in 6. Those are my round picks for today. For this particular game, yeah, last year's Vice jersey would be awesome. Okay, I would love to get a Bam jersey in last year's Vice. A quick 6-2 lead for Miami. Middleton, Lopez driving, charge. What makes me say Nets in 5? Let's go take a look at the Nets real quick. It's honestly, it's because KD and James Harden are just an unstoppable force on offense. And then Jaylen Brown being hurt significantly hinders the Celtics. Even though, oh, that was another nice three-pointer. Man, Miami coming out shooting, lighting it out. Specifically Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson's having a game early on. Holy cow. But I think that Jaylen Brown going down really hurts the Celtics, even though at the same time it kind of opens up Tatum to play his game, and one for Giannis. It opens Tatum to kind of be the guy out there, and I can see where that makes him better in some aspects, but I also think it makes him worse in some aspects too. And I just don't think that the Celtics have the depth to keep up with the stars of the Nets, because one of the three of Harden, Kyrie, and KD is going to be out there the entire time. And that is going to be tough. And then Kemba, he's had some nice games recently, but history says that we can't really, that Celtics can't rely on Kemba to show up big. I'm glad you agree with me. I appreciate that. But yeah, so that's why I say Nets in 5. Giannis getting to the rim. He's got to do that the whole time. Miami is pretty good at limiting him in that aspect, though, which is why they've had such great success. Good shot by Bam. Giannis handling the ball. Giannis for 3. Nah, you can't let that happen. You can't let someone get the offensive board like that, especially those volleyball, just slapping it out of there. Middleton, call a foul on Bam. Okay. But yeah, I still like Miami in the series, and we can't. Now I need your hockey picks for today, dude. This is an NBA stream. Go do your own hockey stream, Trey. Go do your own hockey stream if you want to talk hockey. You're a hockey guy. I'm not. Your Celtics play tomorrow, I think. Or no, wait, they play today. Play today. I just looked at that. They play today. I was just talking about them. Totally just left my mind. Nunn. I feel like I haven't seen too much of Kendrick Nunn this year. I haven't got to watch a ton of Heat this year, but I don't know. I feel like Nunn has kind of faded from, last year people were fighting tooth and nail and arguing that he should have been over Ja, the rookie of the year. But I feel like I just hadn't seen too much of him. I'm glad though he's playing again, because I know he struggled to play in the bubble because he had the Rona, and man just could not get healthy, couldn't get back in shape, really. So happy to see him back. Giannis is probably going to go to the foul line a lot today, I would imagine. Even though the refs normally swallow the whistles in playoff games, I feel like Giannis is just such a man that he's going to get to the rim, and people are going to foul him because there's literally going to be no other way to stop him. He's already missed a couple of free throws, I think. So it's a good strategy. It's working so far. Brian Forbes is in. I have no idea, Trey. I have absolutely no idea what my Stanley Cups picks. Let's go with the Avalanche. The Avs fan last night was a true G, showed up, so I'll show him some love back. He stayed in the stream for a while, so we'll go Avalanche to win it. And plus, he was right too. Bam, losing it out of bounds. He was right last night too, pointing out that 2 Memphis teams won in overtime last night. The Preds won in OT, their game to make it a 2-1 series against the Canes, and then the Grizz last night pulling it out, making the playoffs. Shout out Memphis. Let's see. Forbes checked in for Holiday, it looks like. Butler. See, Butler always kind of, I feel like, I don't know. Butler's on and off with his offense, but you mostly take him for his defense. So we got our first commercial break. We can run over and look at the stats then real quick. Look at the box score to start out. Heat. That's right, Precious Achiuwa. Are we going to see Memphis legend Precious Achiuwa enter the game at some point? Iggy. Memphis legend Andre Iguodala. It's been really all Duncan Robinson. Honestly. Duncan Robinson is the reason they have an early lead. The Heat. Yeah, Giannis is 1 for 3 from the free throw line. 2 for 5 to start out. See, that was another thing that helped the Grizzlies last night. The Grizzlies were actually hitting free throws. They still didn't end with a great percentage, but it was helpful. It was helpful. The Drew Holiday trade, man, that still bothers me from the Bucks. Over under 80 million Duncan Robinson gets this off season. I don't know. I'd have to see what the cap situation is in the NBA. I figured the cap, I don't know if it's going to go up this year because they're still coming off a Rona year. So maybe next season when it finally goes back up. But, dude, you get one guy that can hit 4 or 5 threes a game, and they'll get 60 to 80 million. Easy. I would say the under, because I don't think that man's getting paid over 80 million for but I could see him easily making 13 to 15 million a year, maybe close to 20, if the team is willing to put that out there. Joe Harris got 4 years, 75 million. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the sweet spot then, 75 to 80 million. I don't think he gets more than 80 million. Unless it's from the Heat. Unless the Heat are willing to shell that out. But then that kind of cripples them because they also have the contracts, and I don't have the contracts in front of me. I guess I could look them up. I'll look them up. I'll look up Miami Heat salary cap. But because they also have Victor Oladipo, who is out, but he's a free agent after this season. Okay, so, and then it looks like they've got team options for Goran Dragic and Iggy. Bam's got a big contract. Jimmy's got a big contract. So they could, in theory, bring him back. I'm looking to see. Gosh, they got Duncan Robinson so cheap. 1.6 million. Signed using the mid-level exception. That's what it's saying. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. I just don't know if they have. I mean, they could maybe. Team totals. I'm trying to look at. And they owe Ryan Anderson $5 million in dead cap next season. That's tough. That is tough. Trevor Ariza's Bjelica is not on here next season. Haslam, is he finally going to retire? Man's 40 years old. They bring him in to pick a fight, and then he leaves. I mean, I would probably pay. I would definitely pay anywhere from the 60 to 80 million dollar range for Duncan Robinson if he continues to provide 5 threes a game. That'd be perfect. That'd be fantastic. Ooh, that was a horrible shot. Who shot that? Was that Trevor Ariza that shot that? This sounds like Minecraft music in my ears. Chris Middleton. Little MIDI. Robinson. Oh, he finally bricked one. I think he missed one earlier, too. Middleton, a brick. So still relatively... That's relatively the same crew. I don't think the Heat... bad pass under Bam's legs. I don't think the Heat have made a sub yet. Oh, Bam's going out. Sunday, baby. Look at those matchups. I'm going to be gone pretty much all day Sunday. But I will be back, and I will be streaming that Grizz game. Game 1 against Utah. And it looks like Mitchell is probably going to be back. Thoughts on Drew Holiday this season? Listen, I love Drew Holiday, but the Bucks gave up the bag. The Bucks gave up the bag to get Drew Holiday. And I don't think, like, they got better, but is it good enough, you know? And I don't know if it is. Like, Drew Holiday is a great defensive guy, and again, you know, I talked super highly of Jimmy earlier because I love defensive-minded players, and Drew is definitely one of those guys. And Drew is also a Grizz killer. He's one of those guys that whatever team he's on, anytime he is playing the Grizz, Dragic for three, nope. But Jimmy Butler just blew the wide open putback layup. Yikes, dude. Teams acting like they hadn't played basketball in over a week. But, and Trey, I'll get to your comment here in a second. But he's played well for them. Obviously, they're in the position they're at, and Holiday's been a big part of that. But I just don't know if that pushes them over the edge. Nice drive by Dragic there. I don't think it does. And Alex and I talked about it a little bit, if I remember correctly, in our NBA short we did previewing this series. Lopez for three. It's just, I don't know. But at the end of the day, if Giannis is able to get going, if Middleton can start hitting shots and play at an all-star level again, then if all Drew Holiday does is get you 15 points and locks up a couple guys on defense, gets a couple steals, makes a couple plays, then, you know, who knows? And yes, Trey, I did see Bill Simmons propose the trade, Wiseman for Jaren straight up, and it was this is why I don't mess with Bill Simmons, okay? I do not care for Bill Simmons. I don't think that man knows an iota of basketball. I just don't get it. I don't get what he's on and what he's smoking. How did that man... And honestly, it's like, anytime you play 2K and you play the 76ers, Bill Simmons is on there. It has gotten to the point where I simulate any game. If I'm doing a rebuild, I will simulate every game I play against the Sixers because I don't want to listen to Bill Simmons. Okay, I just don't want to deal with him. And this always happens, dude. Like, Jaren Jackson, obviously, he's not playing well. The Grizz have played good without him this season, but they've not played fantastically since he's gotten back. And he hasn't played fantastically. He's had a couple good games, but is still struggling to find his footing. And so now you got Knicks fans. Like, Knicks reporters are talking about making a trade or just straight up sign and trade for Jaren, you know, offering him a huge bag. Grizz aren't letting that man going anywhere, okay? You know, they're all talking about how, there's worry within the organization about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s development. It's because he's been injured, bro. He was out. He missed 60 games this year. It was like he missed the middle of last season, and he got healthy for the bubble, gets injured with the bubble. That just happens. It's unfortunate. We've seen a lot of injuries because people weren't in game shape, and all of a sudden they're having to go 100 miles an hour because the games matter. And then we've seen a lot of injuries because they didn't have enough rest this season. Lots of players. It's affected a lot of teams. I know I'm going to have to start dealing with that stuff. It comes with the territory when you have a small market team that starts doing anything. So, you know, I feel for Milwaukee fans when everyone's like, man, you know, the Bucks, you know, Giannis has to get out of Milwaukee. He's never going to win in Milwaukee, you know. He may very well not win in Milwaukee, and that's not to any fault of his, and it's because the Bucks gave up, like 3 first-round picks for Drew Holiday? They made an Anthony Davis level trade for Drew Holiday. And who would you rather have if you're going to give up that big of a bag? Going back to the Drew Holiday trade. Not Drew Holiday's fault. And of course I won't, fault Drew Holiday for getting traded for that much and another team pulling the trigger on that trade. I screw Bill Simmons, man. Here's another thing I will say about the Bucks. If they lose, even if it's 7 games and it's a last-second shot by Butler, Robinson, Hero, whatever, then Bud's got to go. You have to fire Bud. If they lose in the first round, you have to fire Bud. Get him out of there. Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Bobby Portis? 10. I love that man. He has really upped his game this season. And he's on the court right now, so I get to watch my boy do work. Him and Gafford, baby. Dynamic duo right there. I tell you what too. Anytime I play 2K, if I get one of them on my squad, I try to get both of them because they're so fun to play with on 2K, and they're like those sneaky players where 2K never gives them a good overall rating, and it's because like in the grand scheme of the NBA, like obviously they're not like highly rated players, but they're players that come in with the second unit and you can do work with them. Gafford on pick and rolls, and then Portis on pick and pops. So huge Bobby Portis fan. Tough layup. Who is that? Dwayne Dedman. I forgot about Dwayne Dedman. Dwayne Dedman is another guy. Like, somehow on 2K, that man is a beast, is a killer in 2K. I don't understand it. Hey, Brick's the free throw. It's a close game. Close game. It's only the first quarter, though, so. PJ Tucker, corner specialist. Breaks it off the front of the rim. I don't know what they just called there. I don't know if that should have been a foul on Forbes or not. I couldn't. It looked like there was contact, but I don't know. Giannis. I don't think I've ever seen Giannis make that shot in my life. The turnaround jumper. Dragic. Splash. Eastern Conference Finals prediction. I think it's probably going to be the... Let me find a bracket real quick, just so I can make sure I got my brackets right. Okay, so, all right, I think Eastern Conference Finals, it's going to be Brooklyn and Philly, and I think Brooklyn pulls it out in 6 or 7. 6, probably, and so Nets coming out of the East. Now the Western Conference is tough. Western Conference is extremely tough to gauge. I think I missed something. What happened down here? Missed something. Forbes made a layup. Okay. Western Conference is tough now. That one I have really no idea. I still think it's going to be one of the LA teams. Dark horse, again, Denver, they're normally a dark horse. If Phoenix somehow... It's weird to say that it's an upset because Phoenix is the 2 seed. But if Phoenix somehow shocks the world and beats the Lakers in this first round series, then Phoenix has a good chance. Phoenix has a great chance of making a good run. New York Knicks off Philly in the semis. The Knicks, man, they've done a good job. Listen, I love Tom Thibodeau, okay? I'm, again, because of defense, huge Tom Thibodeau guy. He has got the Knicks and the young core playing defense. And a good number of those players were there last year, and they did not play as good of defense as they did. None for 3 bricks off the front of the rim. But I like the spunk. And, you know, it would be really good for the NBA if it was a New York Eastern Conference matchup and a Los Angeles Western Conference matchup. The NBA would be drooling over themselves. Top 5 biggest cancers of the NBA. Oh, I'd have to think about that. Top 5 cancers, like what? People that just like are assholes, people that are just terrible, that people think are great, players you can't win with. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that. They call a foul on. Oh no, wait, not a foul. It's the end of the first. Okay, so Heat up by 2. Let's try and find. We'll try and make this list. I know who Trey is trying to think of Russell Westbrook. And yeah, I don't think you can win with Westbrook. I would probably have him on that list. I don't think you can win with Westbrook. Now, respect for his MVP season. He shot well that year, but that was an anomaly. And believe it or not, it's weird because Westbrook has. It's like we undervalue triple doubles now because of Westbrook. So that's crazy to think about that. Since I'm already not on good terms with Hawks fans, I'm gonna throw Trae Young in there also, just because I think he looks more for contact. He's one of those players that the NBA really has to review. Players like Harden, like Trae Young, to the point where, because well, let me answer this and I'll come back to your question, Taylor. I do have an answer for that, and I think you'll like my answer, if that's any hint or indication. But like Trae Young, James Harden, the NBA has to fix these little, there's a defender on their back and they jump backwards and sideways, and Trae Young is shooting with his left hand from behind the foul line. Like that's got to stop, okay? So Trae Young definitely got to be on there, on that list. So Michael Porter Jr. or Randall for most improved. I gotta go with Randall, dude. Like 100%. Like his increased play is one of the biggest reasons why the Knicks are the 4 seed, and they are hosting a playoff series. Okay, they have home court advantage in a playoff series. It's the first time they've made the playoffs since what, 2013, I think. So it's got to be Randall for most improved. I like Michael Porter Jr., but I think Michael Porter Jr. has kind of shown everybody what he can do. He's just had an increase in touches ever since Jamal Murray went down. And that's nothing against Michael Porter Jr. Again, Michael Porter Jr. is looking like a steal of a pick for the Nuggets because everyone else was worried to pick him because he had back problems and he missed an entire year of college basketball. Played only a couple games. But I think it's got to go to Julius Randle. He's played amazing this year and it's blown my mind. Just a biased Nuggets fan? Okay. Hey, I got a good friend that's a Nuggets fan. And hey, if it means anything, Jokic, clear-cut MVP, okay? I thought it was really for most of the year between him and Embiid. And when Embiid went down, I said all Jokic has to do is elevate the Nuggets to a top seed. They're now the what? The 3 seed? Yeah, they're the 3 seed. They're a top seed. Embiid was out for a while. Everyone else has gotten hurt or has missed significant amounts of time. Or in the case of like Steph Curry, has completely missed the playoffs now. So yeah. I think Jokic is clear-cut MVP. Hands down. And Giannis won't get it for a while again. Unless the man averages like a 40-point triple-double. And the Bucks break the Warriors record and win like 74, 75 games. Tyler Hero, dude, what are you doing? Nunn, that's a tough shot. Tough shot by Nunn. See who's out on the floor. Is that Cunningham down there? Cunningham, DiVincenzo, Middleton, Portis, Giannis for the Bucks. DiVincenzo, Brick. Then we got Nunn, Bam, Hero, Robinson, and who is staying behind? It's Iggy. Look at my man Portis doing work down low. My man. My man. Nunn for 3. All right. Nunn's picking it up. Nunn's picking it up. Again, love to see it. I like Nunn. Respect the grind. Giannis, nasty flush. Gotta respect the grind of Kendrick Nunn. Hero with a bad look. Yeah, see, that's good defense. That's good playoff defense. Hero just... What is he doing, dude? That is like... It is really early in the shot clock. And you're not even that open. Like, I get it. You got the shot off, but... Portis again, baby. Arkansas love. Represent. Someone else besides Giannis has to do something if the Bucks want to win this series. Someone else besides Duncan Robinson needs to do something for Miami too. Miami wants to win this series. Tyler Hero is... I had Heat fans all up on me. I picked the Heat to win this series, and they were all up on me because they're like, oh, well, you know, Tyler Hero's playing great as of late. It's all about the now, dude. All about the now. Gotta step up in the moment. Giannis 3 for 10, 7 points. I gotta fix my setup, dude, because this boom mic is in the way. and I have to look over here because my screen is right here to look at people while I'm talking, and then of course to have the ESPN stuff up. Middleton trying to... Bam, great defense there. Bam switching on Holiday. Tough shot by Holiday, but he walked. My son sounds very upset in there. Are you talking about the Vendetta Survivor video? Yeah. So, Trey outposted the group. And so, people that wrote an article that day got together. He invited them. And, had to vote someone off. Could have been avoidable by either not letting Trey... 3 by Jimmy. Not letting Trey outpost the group, or for the people whose names were put forward, all they had to do was just communicate. That was it. That's all they had to do. Couldn't do that. Dude, Grizz tickets go on sale Monday. Oh, I can't wait. I gotta see when those games are and see if I can indeed get tickets. I'm willing to drop a nice penny on some tickets, because playoff atmosphere, even for a lowly team like the Grizzlies, is worth the price of entry. I've been to one playoff game of theirs, and it was 2017, I want to say. 16, 17. It was 2017 because it was the 16-17 season. Overtime victory against the Spurs. Now Grizzly Kyle Anderson was on the Spurs then, as was Kawhi Leonard. And that was a heck of a game, dude. One heck of a game. We got a good game on our hands right now. Miami up by 3. I'm fairly behind everyone, just so you know. If I react to something and whatever, if you're watching the game at home or something, and I say something that happened like 5 minutes ago, it's because I'm streaming the game. So I'm far behind on what's happening in real life. And then not only that, but there is a delay between me reading comments or me saying whatever and it coming to you as you are streaming this. There's like 20-30 second delay or something like that. Maybe not that much. Would you consider Alex Chick to be a fake Spurs fan? I wouldn't. I think he's legit. I've seen his tweets, especially during the Grizz game. He was getting amped. I don't think, because if you're a fake fan, why are you like tweeting about their games? What am I trying to look up right now? That's right. Showing some more promos. I'm going to miss it, but I really want to stream the Hawks game because, dude, Alex and I really pissed off some Hawks fans. It was hilarious. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Let's see. So the Grizzlies, their home games are Saturday and Monday. Ooh. If I had to buy one symbol team, NBA team, who would you buy? Which, speaking of, for symbol, for anyone watching here, We are also partnered with a company called Simbull, Simbull. And instead of gambling in a traditional sense, you can buy stock in a team instead and trade them like you could any other stock in the stock market. So a lot of people have learned what the stock market is over the course of this half of a year almost. And you know, when we found out about them, it was around that time, you know, the February, March-ish kind of range when the whole GameStop fiasco was going on. And I learned more about stock market and trading in that month, 2 months from the internet than I ever did in school. Thank you. Shout out Twitter for that. But let me go look at, let me bring up Simbull real quick. But Simbull, if you go to simbull.app, use our promo code Vendetta, then you will get, you'll get some extra cash money back. So let me bring up. Oh man, I guess I can't collect the win from let's go to the trade block, trade NBA. I'll bring it over here if I can for everyone to see. So we can filter, load a high. So again, go to simbull.app/Vendetta. Use the promo code Vendetta. Great. Now Alex and Trey are going to be fighting it in the comments. If I had to buy one, and I'm not, I mean, obviously I'd say the Grizzlies because, come on, they're a playoff team. They're a playoff team and they're $23. Okay? Like, come on now. But value-wise, looking at the future, the Hornets, excellent buy. Pelicans would be a buy if they got rid of Van Gundy. And whoever lands the number 1 overall pick, I'd say so. Anywhere right in here. Okay. Now, the Wizards are not a playoff team, but rightfully deserve to be one of the lowest value teams in the NBA. Because they don't really have a future. It's kind of sad. It's sad to see them fall that way. Especially Bradley Beal. I like Bradley Beal. Oh, man. 3-point game. Alex, how you doing, my guy? I gotta go get more water here in a second. In fact, I gotta get like a little throat drop real quick too. I got some. A little baggie over here. Tell you what. These allergies are acting up. Bro, about this Heat jerseys, dude, I was literally saying the same thing earlier. I was having a conversation with a guy. These are some ugly mustard jerseys. And I said if I was to ever get a Bam jersey, it would have to be in the Vice City, like last year's Vice City jerseys. Not the ones where it's like the blue and the pink. Not this year's, but it'd have to be last year's. Wannabe Laker jerseys. They got beat by the Lakers so bad that they were just like, let's make our own jerseys like the Lakers. Butler almost with a steal. Butler gets the steal. Butler almost loses it. Last year Vice over this year. Absolutely, 100%. It's not to say that I don't mind them. It's just, I like last year's better. Giannis took 2 steps from the 3-point line and was at the rim. That's just unfair. That's absolutely unfair. I'll tell you what, though. I don't... Like, these Heat jerseys are bad, but are they worse than the Bucks Cream City jerseys last year? Like, those jerseys were bad for a number of reasons. You can't have a jersey that says Cream City on it and let the internet run wild. No, Alex, I didn't say you were a fake Spurs fan. Trey was asking that, and I defended you, and then you come in here attacking me. I said what person in their right mind would sit through Spurs games and tweet about them, you know, unless they were a fan. It was an interesting no call. Post idea, every team's worst jersey. Trey is a hater. He's not even an NBA guy. Golly, so many. Someone get the rebound. Duncan Robinson. Butler with the big boy board, but then somehow stepped out of bounds. Alex, I don't know if you were here for it last night, but I'm literally sitting here. It's coming down to the wire in the Grizz and Warriors game, and the Grizz fan that I am glued and just rambling, and blood pressure is high. And him and this dude that's an Avs fan are just having a hockey conversation in the comments. Dude, the Nugget City editions are always good. I have a Jokic jersey that has it's the play on the black jersey that they have with the Black City edition jerseys with like the rainbow Denver skyline in the background. It's pretty dope. If I can find it, I may rock it tonight, actually, for the Nuggets and Portland game. Like, I honestly think some teams just need to go back to throwbacks. Okay. Don't mess with the Red Ones this year. Yeah. How many point guards would I trade away Ja Morant for? I don't know. Probably none right now. I'm pretty high on him, obviously. Will you be live tonight? I plan on being live tonight for the Nuggets game. I 100% do. That starts 9:30 Eastern or 9:30 Central Time. So around 9:30 Central Time is when I'll start. I'm doing this game. Not Steph. I mean, listen. Let me defend myself, okay? Let me defend myself on this. All right? Now, if this was prime Steph, like, yes, okay? And technically it still is prime Steph. And I love Steph Curry. But the thing is, Ja Morant is 21 years old. Okay, Ja's ceiling for the next 15, 20 years is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking long term. I'm not thinking short term here, all right? Now, if the Warriors wanted to let us borrow Steph, and then we still have Ja, then yeah. Bro, I mean, if more Vendetta guys want to hop on a call tonight and we all watch the Blazers and Nuggets game and we do a watch party in that sense, so it's not just my ugly face up here talking, I'd be down. I'd like to think Ja's one strand of red hair is for me, yes. It's much redder than what my hair is, but it is a nice compliment. But yeah, see, I'll probably get to do some of the Mavs and Clips game too. I think I gotta step away for a while, cause my wife is taking her brother, my brother-in-law. They're going somewhere together. He's got some sort of function tonight, and she's going to watch him some like bass guitar thing. I think, I'm not quite sure. And then so I'll probably miss Celtics and Nets, but 100% got to do the Trailblazers and Nuggets game. And then for tomorrow's lineup, I'm going to miss everything but the Grizz and Jazz game. I'm going to Memphis tomorrow, but unfortunately not to watch the game. It's to see some family. Got some family, just had a baby. So I will definitely 100% be back for the Grizz and Jazz game. It's at 8:30 Central tomorrow. Why so late? Watch party Garrett versus Dakota. I'm here for it, dog. That would be fun to watch. I would honestly like remove myself from the conversation. I would mute my mic and I would not show my face. I would just want to sit there and listen to the two of them as the game was being played. That would be awesome. Would I trade JV for Porzingis? No. I would not. I'm not giving up a guy that gets a triple, or not a triple double, but a double double almost every game, and had a 20-20 game just a few nights ago against the Spurs. Bucks and Heat. Bucks with the 1-point lead over Miami. 3:17 left in the second. Take a look at the box score real quick. Look at the point spreads. See what's going on. Chris Middleton has stepped it up so far in the second quarter. You're a Bucks fan. You gotta love to see that. Bobby Portis, my man, doing his thing off the bench. Will you take back the Dillon Brooks slander? I mean, yeah. I mean, everything that I've said about him, he has deserved. But I can't deny his defense. I can't deny the heart and soul that he is of the team. And even I do not miss Hasheem Tebet, okay? We don't talk about that. Dillon Brooks, it's just something you're going to have to live with. He is a hooper. He is. And he's the defensive heart and soul of the Grizzlies. When he fouled out last week against the when they played the Warriors last Wednesday, not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that. When he went out, that the defensive intensity was deflated. Ariza for three. Somewhere Dakota is, having a seizure or something. Tony Roten. No, I do not miss him. Gosh, Giannis just playing bully ball down low. No, I miss Mike Miller and Shane Battier. Those are two guys I miss. I miss Tony Allen and Zebo. Those are guys I miss. Which, screw Bleacher Report, by the way. They put out a tweet going back to the JV 2020 game talking about how Valanciunas was the first player in Grizz history with a 2020 game, when that is 100% not the case. I'm pretty sure Z-Bo is the leader in that aspect with like 11. Old Darko Milicic. No, I can't say that I really miss Darko either. That was kind of technically before my time a little bit too. Not necessarily, I guess. It's right at the time when I started realizing that the Grizzlies were in Memphis. Because I talked about it a little bit last night. Was that a... They're saying it was off someone. Spolstra's angry. Show the replay. Well, whatever. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember Mike Miller and Shane Battier. Do I have an OJ Mayo jersey? No, I don't. And that is another draft night fiasco with the Grizzlies that will haunt the Grizzlies because they drafted Kevin Love. They drafted Kevin Love and traded him for OJ Mayo. And kids don't remember how good Kevin Love was with the... I don't even know what that offensive possession was by Miami that I just witnessed. Kids don't remember how good Kevin Love was when he was in a Timberwolves jersey. They just see him with the Cavs. They see him rolling the ball out of bounds and just walking away. That's the Kevin Love they see. Thanks for the sad age reminder. No problem. Too strong. Heat got to do something there. They've lost their touch a little bit. What happened to Brandon Clark? I have absolutely no idea. What a shot. He's just completely fallen out of the rotation. And really, it's because... Did you look up tickets for Jazz Grizzly series? Yes. The only ones that are... What was that? Okay. Totally drew it, executed exactly how it was drawn up there. So Grizz and Jazz series. Yes, I looked up the tickets. The only ones available like on StubHub or something right now are ones that are like season ticket holders, I guess, and they got their first dibs, so they're like wickedly expensive. But general admission tickets go on sale Monday at 2 Central. So I will definitely be in whatever queue for that. Even if I have to go by myself, I am going to one of those playoff games. And going back to the Brandon Clark, I love how this has turned into Grizz Talk, and this is supposed to be watching the Heat and Bucks play. And it's a good game. It's a close game, 51-49. But Brandon Clark, man, he's just... Really what hurt Brandon Clark is he changed his jump shot, and he started horribly. And Tillman is just a bit more tenacious down low, and Clark just kind of had a fall off this year, and it's sad. And then Taylor Jenkins, kind of his style. What a shot, my boy Bobby Portis to end the half. It's like I'm rooting for Bobby Portis, but I picked Miami to win the series. So, but it's whatever. I'm wrong a lot too. But Brandon Clark, it sucks because I like him, but Taylor Jenkins also has shown favor to a smaller lineup. Like there was a lineup last night that I want to say was Jaren was out there, but it was also mostly with reservists. So you had like Tyus Jones, DeAnthony Melton, Grayson Allen. Who else was out there? Someone else that was a guard. I can't remember who the fourth one out there. I don't think it was John. It may have been Dylan. Maybe. I can't remember. But it was basically 4 guards, and then Jaren was the big. And that's who that's what Taylor Jenkins likes doing. And I love Tillman. Tillman showed up big last night. He had a terrible shot that would have been the game winner close to regulation, but he had a clutch 3 in an OT. He hit like 2 threes last night. That's big. That's big time. But I love BC. I honestly do. But Grizzlies, I think, are definitely a player away from really making noise. So it's to the point where we may just have to move on from him in a trade of some sort. Streaming Mario Party? We can stream it anytime, dog. I just don't own Mario Party. And we'd probably have to do some test streaming first. Make sure it's all working. But first half thoughts from anybody, if anyone's actually watching the game. Bucks and Heat. Comments. What's going on? I just think the Heat can't buy a shot right now. Honestly. And turnovers. 11 turnovers. That'll get you. Giannis is having a great game. Middleton's having a great game. When Giannis and Middleton have it going, it's tough. PJ Tucker he's kind of been non-existent almost. But my boy Bobby cooking. That's a close one. My go-to breakfast sandwich order, easy. It's bacon, egg, cheese, a little bit of spinach on there. It's beautiful. Heat unis are ugly. Absolutely, 100%. One of the worst jerseys this year. You know what? We got all this jersey talk. Let's just go take a look at let me see if this is right. Every new uniform this season. This is from NBA.com. We'll just kind of go down the list here because why not? So keep track of every new uniform of the 2021 season. Love the Oakland jerseys. We'll get to that. Hawks jerseys. Brought out some brand new jerseys. These are kind of like, they remind me of McDonald's. Heat jerseys are better than the Bucks jerseys. They may be slightly better than the Cream City jerseys, like I said. I like the black, though. And then the MLK jerseys are really nice to go along with the MLK court. So I like the Hawks alternates there. I was not filling the banner jerseys of the Celtics. I wasn't feeling them. Nets, classic Nets jerseys. New Jersey Nets. So I really like those. I wish they would have worn them more. I hope they wear them in one of their playoff games, especially one of the ones at home so they can have the court. I mean, that's pretty clean. The court. The throwback, like, Charlotte with the pinstripes are beautiful. And the Buzz City. Oh my gosh. Dude. Like, this is part of what makes the Hornets such a fun team to watch. They're a young team that were lots of fun to watch this season, but then they also looked good when they played, and that's part of it for me too. If they're a young upcoming team that's fun and they look good, oh my gosh. But yes, and that court too. Oh my gosh, I got a good college buddy that lives near Charlotte. He's moving away now. He's moving to Missouri, but he went to a couple. He went to a Charlotte game before Rona hit. I got to see the Grizz play. The Chicago ones, I mean, it's cool. Like, what is it? Yeah, they were like honoring the fire department or whatever. City after the Great Chicago Fire or whatever. They're all right. They're pretty plain. Who watches the Hornets? I watch the Hornets, dude. I loved watching the Hornets this season. I loved watching the Hornets. Cleveland, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So, it's something that goes with the city. It's just another... It's all right. I wasn't really feeling the Dallas ones either. I don't know. Yeah, and again, like, I love the Skyline concept because it's on so many classic jerseys for the Nuggets. But yeah, I wasn't feeling the red. Ha, that's funny. These are just pretty basic. I feel like there's been 100 incorporations of this jersey. It's pretty basic for the Pistons. Again, love the Oakland jerseys, dude. I loved seeing them in action last night. And then the Oakland court is beautiful. The Rockets one, this one made no sense for me whatsoever. Absolutely no sense. H-Town. So, Indiana, again, just a beautiful classic jersey, dude. Just a classic jersey. Love it. Los Angeles, they're going deep diving heavily into like the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas aspect. The Lakers one, it's yeah, I get it. It's like classic Lakers, and I'm a sucker for classic stuff. So, my Grizzlies down here. So yeah, this was a pretty dope jersey. It was a pretty dope jersey. And so yeah, so the Grizzlies had two. They had their City Edition jerseys, which I mean, honestly, I think look really clean. I love the detail on the side, around the collar. They keep it with the modern font, with the like with what their new jerseys is when they did the rebrand. And then of course, the classic Memphis throwbacks, baby. These, you see, I want a combination of these jerseys with the Vancouver, like this same color right here, Vancouver throwbacks. Maybe you have like a white alternate in there somewhere, but this color jersey with the Vancouver detail where it just says like Grizzlies right here, you know, that should be the home, and the away should be this jersey. And I see Alex, the court too. Yeah, dude, the court that changed where it's like the actual Grizzly like popping, dude. That's what they need to go for, 100%. And when they were teasing the rebrand, I thought that's what they were going with. So I was really disappointed when they rolled out the new uniforms. And it still may be a couple years before they finally rebrand, but dude, these are the 20th edition jerseys. Oh my gosh, dude. So beautiful. I have to cop jerseys. These are must cop jerseys. And see, like, again, I don't care. It's not like these are bad. I just don't care much for like the fading and transition of colors. I liked last year's better for the Heat, but these aren't terrible. And the Bucks ones, dude. Again, I don't get it. What was blue like the theme for a couple of teams this year that have absolutely, like, what do they say? The all blue uniforms, a first for the franchise, to the meaning of Milwaukee, the gathering place by the water. Ugh. No. All right, I did like the Knicks ones. The Knicks ones were were pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. They're clean. Wasn't feeling these. Was not feeling these. There's too much. There's too many just like random lines that cut off into different colors, you know? So I was not feeling NOLA. I go back and forth on these, but at the end of the day, I really like the OKC jerseys. I really do. Orlando, I like the pinstripe. They're just kind of doubling down on the orange. Now the court that goes along with this is kind of nice. The Valley jerseys are fire, dude. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. Like the pixelated Valley, bro, that's just... This is why they're the 2 seed. This and this reason only. I'm not talking about DeAndre Ayton. I'm talking about the jersey. I need to see this jersey in every playoff series. All right. Thunder look like a gas station. Yeah, well, that's because they're sponsored by Loves, bro. What do you expect? Those are just so fire. Phillies are clean, simple, clean. I like these. I like these too. I really like the Trailblazers ones. I like the single stripe design along the side. I'm a big outdoorsy guy. The Sacktown ones, I kind of, they're like I like them. I like the classic Sacramento logo with the little lion there. So the Sacktown ones aren't bad. And then, dude, the San Antonio Spurs, when you want to talk about a classic jersey. Now, when the Spurs and the Grizz played, dude, this is what the Spurs should have been rocking, and the Grizz should have just brought the Vancouver ones back, dude. Like, I love these classic throwbacks. And then they had, like, the throwback warm-ups to go with them, too. Dude, I love the San Antonio Spurs throwback jerseys, bro. Those are so freaking clean. I mean, the Raptors, they're And then, of course, they have the City Edition, which is still kind of like their, like, OVO type stuff. Utah. I love the Utah jerseys. I honestly do. Like the black, and then I know, like, the color scheme right here, that's supposed to be like Moab, which Moab is fantastic. Moab is a fun place to just wander around. Everyone in my family pretty much has a Jeep, so fun to take a Jeep around. Got to be careful though. When Jeep's everyday vehicle, so I can't take it on the road all the time. And DC, I mean, it's DC. The long arm kind of disturbs me a little bit. You know, I get what they're going for there, but that is just a freakishly unnatural looking arm. Okay, it's because there's no elbow joint. If they at least put in like an elbow joint here somewhere, just like protruding out like a little bit, it would be fine. But the fact that it is just a single straight arm and a basketball freaks me out. Therefore, I'm out on those. Well, that was fun. Then Trey and Alex arguing in the comments section. Yeah, but the Heat and Bucks game has been a fun game. It's definitely been a fun game. Gosh, every time I see those yellow unis, though, why would you use the yellow unis, man? I just don't get it. Do I see an MVP award in the future for Hachimura? Okay. No. The answer's no. 100%. No. Chris Paul is not the MVP. It is Nikola Jokic. End of story. Hachimama? Say it wrong. Ryu Hachimama. But no, Jokic is the MVP. 100%. Hundo percent. Already a Falcon. Hachimama. Oh, man. I didn't even see the foul call. Did they jump to the game late? I feel like we're jumping in the middle of a quarter, but it's the beginning of the third. I like Hoochie Mama. Ryu Hoochie Mama. Hey guys, look, it's the train. Special guest. Robinson. Ooh, bad miss. Bad miss. Lopez from 3, off the front of the rim. Grayson Allen is my MVP. 2 clutch shots in OT last night. Made 4 buckets, all 4 of them threes last night. I know Alex isn't a big Grayson Allen guy, but he's on my team. So, wild pass. Romeo Langford for Grayson Allen, I'll pass. You can keep Romeo. Trey, are you going to do anything with the draft this year? Because since you're a hockey guy. Bad miss by Bam. Don't make me hate Allen like Caruso. You're the one that said that he has a punchable face. If anything, the Grizz version of Alex Caruso is John Conchar. Bet you that's a name most casuals don't know. NBA draft, Trey. Oh, Trevor Ariza. Yikes. I said hi to Grayson Allen's mom one time. I have met 2 moms of the Memphis Grizzlies. Grayson Allen and Jonas Valanciunas. So, yeah. Why is Jalen Suggs the #1 pick for you, Trey? No, Alex. Both of their moms aren't really hot. Anybody related to Terrell Suggs has to go first. You think he'll be as much of a dog on the court as Terrell was on the field? I know Trey's a big Terrell Suggs guy. Am I a fan of Yuta Watanabe? Absolutely, bro. I was legitimately disappointed when the Grizz let him go. Man, Milwaukee's starting to not pull away, but getting there. Robinson 3, clutch 3, big 3. They needed that. Need another one of those. I'm telling you, this has the making for a 7-game series. Ooh, a shove by Middleton. Yeah, thank you, Alex, by the way, for giving the Grizzlies Kyle Anderson. He's averaging over 12 points now a game. He is an incredible 3-point shooter. His help defense is amazing. and is definitely a go-to guy when a bucket is needed. Believe it or not, Kyle Anderson has turned into that guy. Get a Kyle Anderson Memphis throwback. The black ones. Yikes. Giannis fighting through 4 guys, gets the ball, slams it. Man, oh man. Yeah, I was very surprised about that too. I remember when the news came when the Grizzlies offered that to Anderson, and I was like, oh man, there's no way that the Spurs just let him walk, but they did. Grizz need to re-up him, okay? Should do it in a heartbeat. I've barely even talked about this game. Robinson 3. Dude, Duncan Robinson is fantastic. You know what, Trey? I would definitely pay, going back to an earlier conversation, I would definitely pay $80 million a year for Duncan Robinson. If he's doing stuff like this, absolutely. 100%. Let's go take a look at Robinson, how he's doing tonight. 18 points, 6 of 10 from the field, all of them three-pointers. That's beautiful. Like, if he just gets you this in a night, first off, if he's going 6 of 10 every night, holy cow. But, oh man. Yeah, Duncan Robinson's great. Duncan Robinson is really the reason why the Heat are hanging in right now. I'm surprised with the Heat, especially Bam right now. Bam hasn't been playing. No, Cubs and Cards tomorrow, 7 p.m. We get it. I'm surprised Bam hasn't had a better game up until this point. And they're not getting to the free throw line either. That's another thing that's killing them. Well, really both teams aren't right now. Free throws are kind of low on either side. Alex, if a man is making 6 3-pointers a game, that's invaluable. I'm paying a pretty penny if I had the luxury of doing so. I doubt the Grizz do though. They have a lot of guys on favorable contracts, and then Jaren and Ja are a few years away because their rookie contracts will run up with player options or team options, and then they'll hit restricted free agency, and they got their bird rights. So, do you miss Gorgie Zhang? Not really. I liked him, but he was never in the future plans. He was a big body that was nice to have come in when Jaren was down and JV needed a break. Oh, buddy of mine playing No Man's Sky. Don't know if that's gonna pop up on the. Oh no, it's not because it's covered up by me. Drain. Favorite player on the Heat? That's tough. Because there's really, honestly, there's 3 of them I really love. I love Butler, I love Bam, and I love Duncan Robinson. Favorite Grizzlies player of all time? Oh boy. I'd say Zebo. Just a straight bully. Straight bully, folks. Down low. I like Robinson. Robinson's good. Dude, even though it's Milwaukee, it's got to be hot sitting out there in that sun. Dude, Randolph was just a bully, man. Gosh. I loved watching that man do work in the paint. And when he got the ball kind of on the wing, he had his little jab step. You jab, fake, and then finally go up with it. It was an instant bucket. When he got it like 10 to 15 feet from the rim, oh, dude, it was over. It was beautiful basketball. Stuff that you don't see from bigs anymore. Zebo was still doing it. None for three with the splash. He got the lead back. See, I love Jimmy Buckets too. I love Jimmy B. I've got a jersey of Jimmy B. It's in the dirty clothes right now, or I would have worn it. I have a big jersey collection. I think for the stream on Sunday night, I have a Mike Conley jersey, and I want to wear it to confuse the casuals. Like, I think it'd be funny. Butler, corner three. Bango. How many jerseys do I own? I'd have to count. And here's the thing. I want more. Okay? I need more Grizz ones for some of their alternate stuff. I want to get... Since I'm really trying to get back into baseball this year too, I definitely want one. I found one of Arenado for the St. Louis Cardinals. So I want that. I have a Tua one. I may get a Jalen Waddle one too, maybe. If he turns out to be big time. I won't lie, I used to have a picture of all of them that I owned. I'll try to think and count them up when we get to the next break. Point Bam? Yeah, just take that, dude. I would definitely get his too. I would do Arenado and him. Man is... How was that not a walk? Okay, I think they did call it a walk. What is he? He's like the first pitcher since Gibson for the Cardinals to like win 8 of their first 9 starts. It's crazy. Dragic bringing it up quick. LaMelo Ball is another guy I want to get to. LaMelo Ball, NBA player. Oh yeah, dude. Everybody with a goatee has superpowers. It's just these yellow jerseys are the kryptonite, bro. It's a tough layup. I'm going to see where Duncan Robinson goes in free agency, and I may do a Duncan Robinson one too, because I really like Robinson's game. Drew Holiday, 8 points, 7 boards. Holiday not having too great of a game, but it's... I was going to say it's not really mattering, but it's so close of a game. Got the makings of a good series, though. Which we knew it was going to be. That should have been a kick ball. I need to put it back over to play-by-play over here. What's everyone else's plans for tonight? Is everyone just sitting around watching basketball? Going somewhere? Are there any teams? The New England Patriots is really the biggest one. An Alabama fan. Basketball-wise, maybe a Pelicans fan. Atlanta Hawks. Because apparently I'm at war.
Things have happened for Miami.
I'll get out of here. I may actually have to dip out of here soon. I don't know. Yeah, I thought I could make it through longer. I guess not. Yeah, no, Alex, I was talking earlier about how the we pissed off Hawks fans. It's a lot of fun. Okay, it's tie ball game. Heat with the timeout. Man, just it's a really good game, y'all. I just hate that I may have to dip out a little bit earlier than what I was expecting. But I'll be back tonight, though. I'll be back for the whole of at least the Nuggets game. Because again, I don't know if I'll be back, if I'll be able to start. It would be kind of dope to get Celtics and Nets in here. Yeah, I agree, Alex. Easily a 7-game series, which we both have it going as a 7-game series. And Alex and I, we think a lot alike on our picks. Like, there's obviously a few times where we vary here and there, but most of the time we always like meet in the middle somewhere. It's just great minds think alike, you know? Like, we both called the Heat and Bucks upset last season. Yeah, season Nets a blowout. Like, I agree. That's going no more than 5 games. I was talking with a gentleman earlier about that. And we both were kind of in agreement that it is not going to be pretty for the Celtics. So I honestly think Trey has moved on to hockey because he's in denial of what is happening with the Celtics. I honestly think that's the case. Because like last year, big Celtics guy. This year, hockey guy. And he just can't get through what's happening to his team. So now he's just in his own mind, he is separating himself from the problem so he doesn't have to look at it. Yeah, that's cap, Trey. That's cap. Go back and look at how many NBA articles Trey has written. So, still a tied game. Under 2 minutes to go. Holiday missing the first first free throw. Nails the second one, and that is also cap, Trey. Let's just go take a look, shall we? If I go to the back part of our website. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to do this and watch the game at the same time and commentate it. It's tough. Good defense by Dragic. Let's go to all posts. Let's get that up. Dude, these allergies are killing me, bro. Absolutely killing me. So let's see. If I go to all, and can I go to all categories? NBA. Filter. This sucks to try to do this and watch the game at the same time. Good pass. Good pass to, is that Covington to Holiday? I think. Milwaukee up 3. Dragic. Break. Portis. Rebound. My man. Watch these. Couple possessions. Nice pick. Dragic on the break. Iggy back to Dragic. And then back to Dragic. Lots of pretty ball movement. Splash. And if I click on Trey Daubert's name here, categorized by the NBA, there are, wait for it, 746 posts written by Trey that involve the NBA. His most recent one that was really about the NBA, like an opinion piece, not necessarily like news post-wise, was April. Iggy trying to make a 3. Which, I mean, it was down to the wire there. All right. Giannis missing the shot. Must be a coding issue on the site. Yeah, okay. Well, unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to step away a little bit earlier than what I was expecting. Damn train, dude. I'm going to have to step away a little bit earlier than what I was anticipating, but I will be back tonight. Same place, different time. Well, at a minimum, get the Blazers and Nuggets. Not promising anything for Celtics and Nets. Maybe we can come in at the tail end of that game. I was gonna say if it's a close game, but come on, let's be real, y'all. Let's be real about that. You know, let's not kid ourselves. You know, it's all fun and games, but you know, we also got jobs to do here. But yeah. But if anything, make sure 9:30 Central Time, so 10:30 Eastern time is what we mostly operate on at Vendetta. But if you tune in at any time, Appreciate you guys. If you're here live, appreciate it. I know, Alex. It sucks, dude. It sucks. I hate having to step away right now. Hopefully it won't be for too long. Maybe it can come back a little bit earlier. Maybe we can catch some of this Celtics and Nets game. But if anything, I'm staying up. I'm watching this Blazers and Nuggets game. I think it's going to be a great series, but I think the Nuggets definitely pull it out. No more than 6 games. 5 games, probably. But I think I really like Damian Lillard, and I think he for sure gets you one game. Maybe a second game, because maybe CJ McCollum actually shows up in a game. But thanks for showing up, guys. Really appreciate it. This is Jackson Law from Vendetta Sports Media, and I will see you guys